Call the meeting to order.
All right, this is a joint budget workshop to talk about the FYI 2025 budgets for both districts. I do have a quick presentation I'll just kind of run down here to go over with both of you, both boards. Budget highlights, conservative revenue estimates. Again, we always assume flat for 2025. Most individual operating counts are on 3-year running averages. Both boards have approved the increase of 8.9% for the health insurance. We're keeping the same provider, same plan. We have agreed on a 2.5% cost of living increase for employees. The district will fund the full 1% of the paid family medical leave contributions. The upside to this is we could apply for an exemption very soon into 2025, so we will not have to pay that throughout the remainder of the year, but we still need to look into that. Cash on hand for both districts is at a healthy level. You know, we're doing good. There are no proposed increases for either district at this time with the passing of these budgets. I pulled up the projects, the capital projects for 2025. I'll just kind of run down through these here. On the water side, we still have a couple of projects that we're going to be closing out next year, so we've carried forward the balances of those projects so we can complete those in the coming construction season. Lead and copper rule compliance. We really did a bang-up job in 2024 submitting our inventory ahead of schedule. I was proud to announce that we had no lead services found in Auburn, but we still have a number of unknowns. Unknowns on the district side, unknowns on the homeowner side, and in some cases unknown on both sides of the service. We've put $100,000 in the budget. Our goal is to attack and to complete the unknown on the district side first. So we're going to get as much as we can get done with $100,000 on that. Loring Ave, that's part of a reconstruction project of the city. There's 715 feet of water main that we would like to replace, so we're going to be putting that quantity out to bid with the city's construction project for review and approval of that. Spring Street, that right now is an MPI project, which is a paving project. We've had a number of water main breaks on Spring Street. We've also had some low water volume issues on Spring Street. The water main is filled with tuberculation. It's very old. It was unlined cast iron, so it's rusted on the inside. You look at it, it looks like that little piece in the diagram over here. There's not a lot of, 8-inch water main is reduced down to about 2 inches. So we have had some incidents where there's been either fire use of water, and some of the businesses there run out of water because there's not enough traveling through that main. So we definitely want to get that replaced. There's a bunch of paving projects. It is going to be extremely difficult to drive around the city next year, though we desperately need it. There's going to be a lot of paving going on. Granite, Davis, Turner, Union, Main Street, High Street, and Merrill Road are all going to be getting paved next year. DOT projects. This gets even worse. Court Street, Minot Ave, Center Street. These are all going to be paved next year, assuming all these bids are awarded. So we've got a lot of work to do to raise and lower the gates for those projects. Water meters. We've put $75,000 into the water budget to, initially, we put this in there to buy some, invest in new meter reading equipment and software. As I've talked to both boards, I do see coming back in 2025 to potentially amend the budgets to increase the funding for meters. But right now we've put $75,000 in there. Onto the sewer budget. Lining projects. Again, we've got some carry forward balances, projects we didn't wrap up this year. We've got manhole adjustments, bids that were awarded, but the work has not been completed. The Miller Street investigation. I actually think we're going to be able to save some money on that. The recent developments look like the effort required by the district there are going to be pretty minimal. So that's positive. Taylor Brook Bridge. This is one that we need to do some design and permitting on next year. DOT is planning to replace the bridge going over Taylor Brook on Poland Road. and there's a conflict with the sewer main, so there's potential that we're going to have to relocate the sewer. We're going to need an engineer to help us redesign that. Again, we're going to put out to bid some lining work to accommodate the city projects. Make sure we get Loring and Granite, get the sewer updated when the road gets redone. Court and Mechanics Row, that's to be determined right now, but you know, that's that Miller Street work. Again, I think we're going to see some savings there. The Androscoggin River Siphon, we actually just started that this week, and we're going to be wrapping that up next year to get that siphon clean. The preliminary report is good in our favor in that it does not appear that there's much grit or material impacting that siphon. So that's good news. I think it's still important to evaluate it. That siphon's been in use for about 60 years now, and we've never assessed its condition or its viability, and that's our only link between our system and treatment. So it's pretty important. Washington Street Pump Station, we're going to be bonding $1.5 million to replace that station. So that's on the budgets. And the storm surge tank, we've added this to our capital schedule. That's not something we've ever done before, but the district bonded $4 million a few years ago to fund that. You can see we still have about $2,998,000 left. That's going to be rapidly diminishing as construction's occurring over there right now. So they're going through the money pretty quick. So we'll be out of that money, and then the rest of the project will be debt that the treatment authority will be incurring. So that's our shared capital. What did it do? Just wanted to run down through our equipment. We are going to be replacing our loader. I don't know if we're going to buy JCB yet, but we're going to replace the loader. We're going to be replacing one crew truck, which is a water truck. We're going to be doing a number of improvements at the UV plant. It's hard to believe, but the plant is 12 years old. Some of the other buildings that are up there, our chemical storage building, which has the chlorine in it, is actually quite a bit older. It's been about 20 years since we've updated the chlorine storage tanks and all the piping, and that chlorine is very high strength and it's aggressive, so we need to replace all that. So a number of these line items are upgrades up at the UV plant, but we're going to be doing that work. We're going to be putting in a generator at the E6 wastewater pump station. Going to be purchasing a couple of suitcase generators for the crew trucks. We're going to be putting in a generator hookup at the Wordley Brook pump station. Again, the chlorine delivery systems at the plant. Raw water building up at the plant needs a new roof. Replacing the, I don't really get a typo there, replacing the propane tank array for the emergency generator up at the plant. Equipment replacement and correlators for leak detection here at the shop. We're looking at replacing our tapping machine. DR3000 is a water quality monitoring device, so we're going to be getting that along with a pipe saw, another locator, and as Matt had brought up earlier in the water meeting, we're going to be putting that PRV maintenance in there to ensure we don't have any more Court Street blow-ups, which was unfortunate. We're going to be carrying some money for just miscellaneous tools, again, tools in the trucks in the garage. Periodically we have to change stuff out. It's nice to have a little bit there that you can charge it to that. So here in the office, utility billing software and accounting software is going to be a big change in 2025. We're going to be making some office improvements, much like we kind of refresh this room in here. If you go through the office, you see the drywall sagging. It kind of has a dated look. The carpet's pretty ugly. We're going to be trying to redo the office just so it looks a little nicer and presentable. And updating some of the furniture in the office. We generally budget for computer replacement. We have a schedule with our IT vendor to replace so many of those periodically. We've got $7,200 there. And then on the water side, I just spoke about this at the water meeting, a water quality strategic plan. This is something we're going to be working on to develop a plan for filtration or advanced treatment for the water district. It's something we really need to do and be prepared before the kind of the rug's pulled out from underneath us one day and we don't have a plan. So that's something the water district's going to be working on. So that's your equipment for next year. Long range, again, for the sewer district, continue to make separations of I&I, inflow and infiltration. This mechanics row separation is huge. I can't tell you how big this is. When we cap this off and we eliminate that flow of stormwater into the sewer, it's going to do a lot for us. It's going to reduce the amount of money that we pay on an annual basis to Lockwa. Again, every gallon of water that goes over there, we pay a percentage of it. We pay for that. If we can eliminate millions and millions of gallons by fixing this, that's huge. This will reduce the long-term debt retirement of that brand new $30 million tank that's over there. The debt retirement that Lockwood takes on is based on a 3-year average of flow. This is going to be huge. This is going to reduce our flow contributions. Our debt retirement is going to go down dramatically. The Washington Street pump station is going to be a big project. Again, relining sewers. The upgrades to the utility billing and accounting softwares. And as I've brought to both boards' attention, coming back in March to potentially revisit the budgets is going to be very important for the future. Same thing on the water side, some of the same projects in the office here. We've got our Loring and Spring Streets will be our big main replacement projects. All the paving work's going to have us very busy with gate valves. The septic inspections in the watershed, that's a big thing we're standing up. In our funding of the water budgets, we're increasing the funding of the Watershed Commission. They're bringing on full-time staff. We're going to be doing those septic inspections throughout the watershed per the city's ordinance. So that's a big change. Again, working on that long-term water quality strategic plan and upgrades to the software. So that's what I had for the joint budget workshop. I think I got 3 minutes to spare if anyone has questions.
Good. A lot of work went into this.
Yeah.
It's a big transition that you have going and lots of challenges and all that. So
Yeah.
we certainly recognize that is an accomplishment for sure.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Appreciate it.
And it's not possible without great support. We have really good support here. We've got really excited about our new finance director. He's doing great things. Matt has really brought a lot of order to what we do. The way he organizes the projects and the crews, make sure we have everything documented. We dot all our I's and cross all our T's is essential. The staff here, I'm so excited. We're at full staff and everybody's clicking. We have a staff meeting this Friday. Then we're going to follow it with our holiday party. I'm going to be putting on a presentation, assuming the budget's passed. Let them all know about the COLAs, the health insurance, the projects. Again, they haven't seen what we're funding for projects next year, so we'll go down through all of this with them in a staff meeting. So again, we're in a really good place. We've got great people here doing great things, and we're excited where we're going.
Awesome. So yeah, we call it the special joint meeting on the top here, but it's on our agenda. It's the joint budget workshop. The public hearing is the second. Is that right?
The public hearing is the second meeting. Yep.
That starts now.
Now
It's 5. We got 2 more minutes, and I'll run out and see if anyone from the public's lost outside. But we do have that new sign, so
It's a big sign.
Hopefully the new sign guides them in
You have to
here.
get it lit.
Christmas
Water district on the cost of water, we're way down.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't know where we stand, really.
Every year we stay down to one of the lowest to the cost to the customers. So people don't complain about
Nobody's circling the doors. So you can essentially call the order to the public hearing, and then there's a
Did we need to adjourn this one?
I think we should.
Need both the water and sewer?
Since it's not a voting meeting, so we wouldn't have to vote to adjourn it.
Oh, okay.
Right?
Fine.
Just a
I think
workshop.
you're correct. Yeah, workshops you don't have to
Okay.
vote to
Oh, it's a
adjourn.
workshop, okay. We're good with that?
I think you just can call it, workshop is closed. I think that's right.
Workshop is closed.
I think that's how you do it. Jeff would know.
Atomic time.
Oh, it's 5:15.
I was saying, do check his.
Yeah, if you want to just call the water,
So I'll call to order the public hearing of the 2025 water and sewer district
Smartphone
budget.
said, no snow until
Hearing.
rain until then.
Said that right. So we, first on the agenda is to discuss the proposed water and sewer district budgets. And we've got it split into two, water and sewer. Do we want to, you have them as two separate, but the first one says to do both.
well, this is where if there's anyone from the public who wanted to discuss the budgets, you could openly discuss that. If there's anyone on the board who wants to say anything about the budgets, you could kind of discuss that now. And then the next two agenda items, when you go into them, you're looking for votes, a motion and a second on water, and then, after that agenda's voted on, go to the sewer. Any discussion?
Any discussion about the proposed budget for
Might
all
get
of
a
us?
good job
as a
going
group?
over everything.
Yeah, like you said at the end of that workshop, absolutely, you've had some challenges and overcome quite a bit with some staffing changes and done an amazing job. Thank you. So, hearing no more, the second, go ahead.
I move we adopt the proposed water district budget.
So we have a motion to adopt the
Second.
water district budget in a second. Any discussion? All in favor of adopting the water district budget? Unanimous.
Perfect.
So, do we hear the same?
I move to accept the sewer district budget.
Yep, so I move that we accept this sewer district budget for 2025.
All right, I'll second that.
Now, wait a minute. First, second.
Yeah. All those in favor? Okay, motion carries, so,
Now you do need to motion, both boards motion and second, and vote to adjourn.
So, full vote here.
Yeah, make a motion that we adjourn 2025 budget meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
All in favor?
All in favor of adjourning? Confusing with the two.
Sewer, we have to have a sewer
There's
vote.
still cookies
Sewer
left, so
vote.
if we want to.
Oh,
I
I move
Move
to adjourn the sewer meeting.
Okay.
I second that.
all
We're
those
all
in favor?
together.
There we go.
Confusing with all the same hands going up here.
So what's gonna happen in March, though, if you wanna make some adjustments to this? Do you have to go through the whole process again, or is it?
We're gonna have to present the budget. We're gonna, if we agree to amend it, we'll have to have a public hearing, and we'll have to
add so much
amend
into it.
the budget.
Thanks, Diane.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Even to move a line item.
I believe we'll have to go through that, if it's a
Still
public,
have to-
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, good, hey, everybody have a great holiday, take some
Thank you.
cookies.
Yeah.
Easy.
Thank you, everybody.
Away from work
Happy
for a while,
holidays.
fortunately.
Come on.